So we won the division. That was a cool 24 hours, and we've moved on from that. Naquan was wearing his "We Run the South" T-shirt or whatever, and I tell him, "Took that off. We're not. That game's over now." And he laughed because he was taking it off actually. And it's just we just got to go. And the way we played against them the first time, we played that the same thing's going to happen. We're going to get our kicked. So we need to go play a good football team that has a solid culture in the way that they're out of the playoffs. This is the last game of their season, but they still play so hard what they did at the Chargers and how they played the San Francisco 49ers. It didn't turn out the way they wanted it. But they're a good football team, and they have a great defensive line, so we have a lot to handle here.
How much is Ben Jones kind of the glue of the offensive line, just because he's really been about the only guy that's been there down in, down out?
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it has to do with even the play. Ben's demeanor, how he is in the locker room. When Ben came in 2016, he has been a huge part of making that room as close as it is. And there's guys that leave, there's guys that come back, and everyone kind of says the same thing. This is the best room in the whole entire league. Like, we have a bunch of guys that care about each other. We have great chemistry. All the guys on the offensive line, not just the starting five, but the backups and everybody, the practice squad guys, like everybody cares about each other. And Ben is a huge reason for that. And obviously his toughness, he's probably the toughest player I've ever played with.
How perfect is the idea for Tennessee Titans as you know them, that the analytics community says you're going to be the worst number one seed ever?
It doesn't matter. I don't think that matters at all. Like those guys either played the game or never played the game, and their job is to say things that give provoking thoughts to people like a Paul Kaharski, so you can put it at paulkaharski.com and either agree with them or on them. And so for us, it's like we're the ones playing the football game. So it doesn't matter if we're the 1 seed or the 4 seed or whatever seed we could be. We just got to, the only thing, winning takes care of everything. So people can say whatever they want.
I know you kind of.
You're very welcome. I knew you'd like that.
Downplay the Henry stuff, but do you appreciate maybe how hard he's worked to kind of get back to a point where he can be with you guys here to close out the season?
You know, Jim, that's I love you doubling down on it. But Derek being out there, it's nice to have Derek because the kind of special player he is, and when he's out there playing in a game, we'll be very lucky to have him. But for right now, we got to focus on winning this game this week.
Do you think past experiences where you guys maybe didn't take care of business help you this time around? You've been around for some games where you didn't take care of business.
I don't know. It all depends on how we handle it, right? Like I could sit here and say a whole bunch of things that will make you guys happy or make the fans happy or sad. But the reality is we just got to go do it. I mean, you don't turn the ball over. We've shown that we can have a lot of success. And in that game, we turned the ball over way too many times. The weather was what it was, but the other day there's no excuses. We had the same exact weather against the Dolphins yesterday or 2 days ago, and we took care of the ball. So the expectation is, can't turn the ball over. You can't have, I think it was 5 turnovers that game. You have 5 turnovers, statistically, you're going to lose like 99% of the time.
Couple more.
Because offensively, getting into this last game, working towards the last game, do you feel like, to use your phrase, there's meat on the bone there that you can find even another level?
Yeah, no, we haven't played our best as a unit yet. There's so many times it can be one guy on this block or one guy on that block, or a receiver, or a tight end, a quarterback. That's the pursuit of perfection is something that will never be accomplished in football, and that's what keeps you kind of going, is trying to achieve something that a lot of people or no one has really ever achieved. So we just got to keep growing on it. I'd love to give you guys more sound bites on we're going to do this and that, and we fixed all our problems, but it's a week by week basis. We've shown anytime we get cocky, we get our kicked. So why would we do that? We need to. Oh, he's a stud now. It's the Prince. We need to do a good job of this week and handling today at this practice and making sure that it puts us in a position so Sunday we're successful.